Welcome back. Episode 25 of Rumors from the Korner. Today is Monday, November 4th. It's good to be back. What's up, buddy?
What's up, my man? How are you?
Doing great.
Did you have a good weekend?
Not too bad. Spent a lot of time at the corner watching horses, football.
That was fun this weekend.
Great weekend.
Love Breeders' Cup.
Did a hell of a job out there at Del Mar, too.
Yes, that was
Beautiful
fun.
place.
That was fun. Shout out to Big Rig and the Back Row Boys putting together a nice little ticket for us. That's always a good time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get at it. You ready?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. We had a little high school football over the weekend. Playoffs get ready to start.
Let's start with the old rivalry. Been playing since 1893. Manual 21, Male 0. I thought Manual would win, but I don't know about that score. It was it was pretty much a beatdown. Male only had 4 first downs. Manual's defense, they kicked ass.
Yeah.
Manual ended a 10-game losing streak to Male. And I think they're pretty much, to me, they're the number 1 team in the state. We're going to find out because playoffs start this week. But
coming from the guy that still got the beard, eh?
no bets, but they're looking pretty good.
They are. You know, and I picked Male, but obviously they're just having trouble overcoming those injuries. You know, it kind of stinks for them, especially having them injuries this time of year when it's one and done, one and go home. You know, so but tip your hat to Manual. They're playing good football right now.
It's Male's worst loss to Manual since '88.
Whew.
It's a long time, my man. Long time.
88. Wow.
Bowling Green 26, St. X 9. I didn't see that coming.
Shocker. Wow.
Didn't see that coming at all.
I mean, I didn't even know they were playing at St. X when I saw that score. I thought, my goodness.
St. X had won 3 in a row. It's Bowling Green's first win against St. X since 2020. Trinity was off, so let's let the playoffs begin starting this Friday.
Yep.
We don't have a lot of big matchups this week. Southern's at Trinity, Eastern's at Male, Simon Kenton's at St. X.
Hey, let's give a shout out to Eastern real quick. Won their first game of the year. Beat Paul Dunbar on a last-second field goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know they scored a lot of points, didn't they?
Old buddy of mine, Chris Gohagen, we played ball with back in the day at WKU. His son kicked the winning field goal for us.
That's awesome.
So shout out to the Eagles. I mean,
Congrats.
You know, it's hard for them kids to go out there and practice all day, every day. I mean, to get beat down every weekend.
Sure.
So, it's good to get a win under the belt.
Last but not least, Campbell County is at Manual. I will say this. If St. X gets by Simon Kenton, which I fully expect them to do, they have to go at Ryle second round. They've already played Ryle at home, and it was they got up on them, but Ryle came back late. So keep your eye out for that one.
Yeah, Ryle will be fired up.
They got a good quarterback.
They
good
will
offense.
be fired up for that one.
Manual had won state since '66, so they got some pressure on them.
66.
We'll see.
That's hard to believe.
All right, a little NFL action here. Ravens smoked the Broncos yesterday. Lamar had a perfect passer rating, his 4th one. He's tied for first NFL history.
I believe that was one of my picks. Baltimore won easily.
Lamar, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, another 100-yard game, 1 touchdown. Zay Flyer stepped up.
What about Derrick Henry? I mean, the guy,
he's a monster.
It's like he's been reincarnated in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like they are getting all of their money's worth.
They got so many options over there in Baltimore. I saw yesterday they didn't even – I think the tight ends had 2 catches between them yesterday.
Really?
So it's like a pick your poison.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
Lamar's
on fire.
tough, man. Lamar's tough. Shame he's going to go down this week, though.
Bengals won 41-24.
Hooday!
Smoking Joe, 5 touchdowns, 250 yards. Jamar Chase didn't have any of those touchdowns, I don't think.
Nope. Joe started off the game 12-12, too.
Really?
Yep.
Spread the ball around.
That was one of those feel-good games.
I bet.
We needed that. I mean, we needed that. You know, that's the Bengal team that we've all been waiting for. The first win at home. You know, we're just going to get things going now.
Hopefully. They got a tough one coming up.
I'm not
Thursday
worried.
night.
I'm not worried.
Bills 30, Miami 27. 2 is back. They're so much better when 2 is playing. Like when he didn't have them those 4 or 5 games, they were terrible.
Night and day.
Absolutely
Night and day.
terrible.
Night and day.
Detroit beat Green Bay 24-14. Jordan Love looked pretty beat up. NFL favorites were 13-1 straight up this week. 10-4 against the spread. So
the NFL giveth and they taketh away.
hopefully everybody beat up on their guys.
I'll tell you what, man, the Lions, they're looking
legit.
good, dude. I'm telling you. If you remember what I said at the beginning of the season, if my Bengals can hold up their end of the bargain here, Lions, Bengals. Somebody's holding up their end of the bargain. It ain't the Bengals yet, but
If you remember, somebody took the Lions Ravens in the Super Bowl.
I remember.
Can't let you forget that one.
No.
All right, this week, Thursday night, we got the Bengals going to Baltimore. Baltimore is minus 653.
Who dey?
That is going to be a good game. Just looking at it right now, I love the over.
You know what? If you remember correctly, Cincinnati had Baltimore beat a few weeks ago at home.
Yep.
They're catching 6.5 right now.
That was a crazy game.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And if you go back and you look over time, Bengals always lose at home to Baltimore, and then they generally return the favor going on the road. So I am fully prepared for Joe Burrow and the boys to go to Baltimore and win outright this week. This is definitely a lean for me, and it's not a homer play at all. Folks, I've been on fire. Listen to me. Take a plus of 6.5, and also get you a little something on that money line too, because the Bengals are coming back. You think I'm crazy?
I don't. I mean, shit, they had them beat in the first game.
Yeah.
Someone with a field goal. Did they miss a field goal? Or
Yes.
They went to overtime.
They just took the air out of the ball and played for a field goal at the end instead of trying to get closer, and they missed the
field
snap.
goal.
Bad snap, so missed the field goal. Yeah, Yes, absolutely. It was crazy.
Other-
We're not gonna let that happen again, though.
We'll find out. Other
Oh,
notable
I
games.
can't wait for Thursday.
The Niners are going to Tampa Bay. Niners are 6.5, 48.5. That's a lot of points. I know they're getting a little bit healthier. They're getting Debo back and some other guys, but that's a lot of points. We got Pittsburgh at Washington. We actually got a good lineup this week. Pittsburgh's at Washington. Washington's 2.5, 46. We'll see. I know you're going to be watching that game
absolutely.
as a AFC North guy. So
Pittsburgh, I'll tell you what, man. There's not a whole lot of, if you look at the other teams in the NFL right now, they're very top heavy. So especially in the AFC, which gives the Bengals a chance to slide in there. Like a couple years ago, they took 3 teams out of the North. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we can stay competitive. And another thing, you realize Pittsburgh has not played a team in the North yet.
I knew they hadn't played the Bengals.
Yeah, they finished the season with all teams in the North.
Wow,
It's crazy, isn't it?
that is crazy, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, so the Pittsburgh's winning all these games, yes, but they haven't played any games in their conference.
Huh. Then we
division,
got Detroit at Houston. Detroit minus 349.
That's an interesting matchup. Houston goes on the road last week to New York Jets and just gets destroyed. Obviously, they had 2 of their wide receivers out. And then now they're going back home against a red-hot Detroit team, and they're only catching 3 points. I don't know.
Pick your poison.
Every time I try to bet against Detroit, all they do is win.
Yeah,
It's kind of
you're
like
right.
It's kind of like me with BYU. Every time I bet against BYU, they win.
We're going to talk about BYU in a little bit.
Sure, we will.
Any leans this week in the NFL?
Man, like you said, a tough slate. I
Tough.
mean, these games are tough. I only had 2 leans. One of them I've already said the Bengals, and then my other lean, we just mentioned it. I'm going to lean Houston, catching 3 at home.
All right. No leans for me in the NFL.
No leans in NFL has been tough.
I'm not going to act like I
What's
know
going on here?
what's going on in the NFL because I can't figure it out. Let's jump a little NCAA here.
Obviously, that's why you got that beard.
Yeah. 0 for 1 on bets with you.
In the NFL.
We're going to keep it that
in
way.
the NFL.
I hope you don't have anything up your sleeve for
Nothing up my sleeve. Not yet. Not yet.
All right, let's talk about this past weekend's results. UK went down to Knoxville, played number 7 Tennessee, and lost 28-18. They covered. Tennessee was a 17.5 point favorite. Wilcox, he ran the ball pretty good for UK.
Wilcox always runs the ball well for us. He averages more than 10 yards a carry.
Huh.
Unfortunately, he only gets about 3 or 4 carries a game.
How's the Ohio State guy doing? Is he doing anything?
Chip Trainum. He is not even playing.
Really?
He played 2 days. He's maybe played 2 rushes.
Huh.
Not really sure what's going on there.
Wilcox, the first UK freshman to have over 100 yards versus Tennessee on the road at Tennessee. Pretty strong. All the running backs have come through. The Ivy Joe Hunters, the Mark Higgs.
Ivy Joe Hunters. Wow.
Yeah.
Going deep in the archives for that one.
The Mo Williams.
Mo was a good one.
UK was up 10-7 at half. There was an interception return by Tennessee. What's going on with the quarterbacks at UK?
Well, apparently Vanderturd got hurt, hit his head, and then that's when Wimsatt came in. You know, I tried not to even pay attention to the game. U of L and Clemson were playing at the same time, so. But you know, in true Kentucky fashion, what they do? They sucked me in.
Of course they did.
They sucked me in. I thought, oh my goodness. I mean, right from the gate, we take the ball right down the field, a 50-yard run. We're inside the 10. Obviously, we don't score a touchdown again. We go for it. We get stopped. I'm thinking, well, that's about right. Well, then we come down. We stop Tennessee. The next thing you know, we're in the ball game. You know, I just don't know week to week why this team brings it sometimes and why they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's baffling. It's baffling at that, but
UK's on bye this week. They are 3-6 now. They got 3 games left. They got Murray State at home, at Texas, and then the Fighting Cardinals from Louisville will be coming in.
Murray, I hope, you know, back in the old days when Kentucky wasn't very good at all, whenever shit went south and we had a losing record, they'd always have like a military game. And they give all the tickets to – they'd bus them in from Fort Knox. They'd bus them in from Campbellsville. I mean, they just bus them in from everywhere. Hopefully we're going to have a military game against Murray State. Because if not, I don't know how many fans will be there. That
was going to be my next question.
I would guess, and Blue and I have had this conversation before. He says that there's about 40,000 true fans that go to every game. So I'm thinking if he's right, we're going to have 40,000 there because I don't think anybody from surrounding Lexington that has to drive over an hour to get there is going to make that trip. Just my personal feeling.
I don't know if Murray's any good either. Probably. I mean, obviously they're not going to win.
Murray is
terrible.
Bless their heart. And Mandy's cousin's a coach down there. His son is quarterback down there, but they're in a rebuilding process right now. That won't be a problem. But we've got a bye week to get healthy for Murray.
All right, Louisville 33, number 11 Clemson 21. Louisville was catching 11.5 too. Unbelievable. Clemson was 82-4 at Death Valley since 2011. Huge win for the Cardinals. Huge. They got the monkey off their back. Ended a 22 game home streak at night at Death Valley.
Did I see where that was Louisville's biggest road win?
Yes.
Against the highest ranked opponents. Is that correct?
So a lot of good
Tip your hat to
positive.
Ron English in that defense.
Yes, everybody wanted to kill him for the last month.
My goodness.
They stepped up.
Hey, so think about this. I don't think they gave up a point in the second half against Boston College, did they?
I don't think they
Definitely
did.
not a touchdown. And their defense played great for 4 quarters against Clemson, in my opinion. Maybe they're turning the corner.
Let's hope. I know one thing. That running back, Isaac Brown, he's leading every freshman in the Power 4 in rushing.
Where's he from, by the way?
He's from Florida.
Okay.
He had 20 rushes for 151 yards. He's the real deal.
He is really good. I mean, for a true freshman, he's got jets, too.
I'm praying we can hold on to him.
That's the thing.
One of these SEC schools is going to come in and buy him.
You know, I mean, why wouldn't you want to go play in the SEC somewhere?
We'll talk about that later. I have a feeling. What about U of L's strength of schedule? 17th in the country. What do you think about that?
What do you mean?
Toughest schedule in the ACC.
Says who? According to
Jeff Sagarin. That's who.
According to the rankings, is that what it is? These rankings are terrible.
Well, we've got 3 losses, and they're all in the top 13 in the country.
And against ACC schools.
What about it?
They're just not that good. I mean, outside of their conference, okay. So let's just look at them. Okay, when they play against teams outside the ACC, you know what they are against the SEC this year?
What are they?
SEC's 5-3 against them. Okay, or 5-2. You know what the 2 wins were? Miami beat Florida and California beat Auburn.
What were the other ones? You got those?
Those were the only 2 that you beat us. I don't know which ones we won. Georgia beat Clemson. I know that.
So what you're saying is you think UK would probably be winning the SEC or the ACC? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I think they would be in the top echelon of the ACC. Absolutely.
You think they'd go to SMU and beat up on SMU?
I think it'd be
go to Death Valley, beat up on Clemson.
I mean, hey, I'm not. Listen. I am not taking anything away from U of L's win against Clemson. That was badass. And I don't know if Kentucky could go down there and do it. I assume they probably could because, I mean, we play you all every year, beat you all every year. You know what I'm saying? So why couldn't we go? If you all can do it, why can't we?
Because you all aren't that good this year.
No, we're not.
Offense is
terrible. Our offense is terrible. However, though, that's against SEC teams that we're not playing very good against. Our record outside of the conference is amazing.
I know California went to Auburn.
As a matter of fact, I think 40. Kentucky has the longest winning streak outside of the conference.
With Louisville?
Yeah, with everybody.
Well, you all don't play anybody.
Play Louisville?
I know, but you all haven't played a road game in 40 years besides Louisville.
You're right.
Since
and that
literally
pisses
the
me
80s.
Off too.
How come like LSU and Georgia and all these schools are playing in the Peach Bowl Classic, the first game? Everybody except Kentucky.
Because we're not that good. We have to play the pansies. We have to.
All right, pal. So the SEC is the almighty and the ACC is trash.
When it comes to football,
okay.
And we're gonna find out. You know, we got 12.
We're gonna find out.
We got 12.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna be awesome. 12-team playoff. It'll probably be four SEC teams in the playoff, probably in the Final Four.
I mean, Alabama can lose another one and probably get in just because they're Alabama. Georgia's lost once. Hey, you are the Kings. But give us a little credit.
No, I didn't. I just don't think the ACC football is very good.
Well, because you're an SEC fan, and all SEC people just think the SEC is the almighty, and
it is.
It means more.
It is. Over 40 national championships. You know how many the ACC's got? 20. I mean, it's just double. It does. It means more.
Means more.
What we got?
All right. This week, We're not even going to talk about the ACC this week. We're just going to
No,
strictly talk about SEC.
No. I want to talk about. We've got to talk about the
Jim
ACC.
Feinbaum over here.
No, Jim Feinbaum.
Good God.
I mean,
Next year you should be Feinbaum for Halloween.
Okay,
I'll get you
maybe
some.
I will, maybe.
I'll get you some of them Austin Kearns ears.
Maybe I will.
All right, Saturday at noon. I mean, we could sit here and fight and argue about this for the whole show. We're not going to do it because we got.
There's no fighting or arguing about it. I mean, you got leans. Let's get to your lean. Give me a little lean.
Well,
Just give me one real quick. Just come on. Give me one. There you go. Thank you. All right.
Saturday at noon, we got the almighty Florida Gators going at Texas, number 5 in the country. Texas is 21.5-point favorite. 48's the over/under. What do you think?
Coming off a bye. Texas coming off a bye. Florida hard fought. They played as tough as they could against Georgia. Couldn't get there. I gave out Georgia last week as well. I got a push on that -14. But I think Texas will. Yeah. I think they'll manhandle them here. No lean, but I look for Texas to win by 24.
Florida's freshman quarterback, I think he's a little banged up. He's going to try to play, but he's a little banged up right now. I got Texas by 20. I would take Florida in the points. That's just me. All right, 3:30, we got number 2, Georgia, going down to Oxford. It's going to be a fun game.
Big game.
At Ole Miss, number 16, Georgia's 2.5, 55.
This is a big game for me personally because if you remember the beginning of the year, I told you to play under Ole Miss total and wins. They're right on it right now. If Georgia were to beat Ole Miss, I would give them 3. Hurrah, winner. I look for Georgia to beat Ole Miss here.
While we're talking about Ole Miss real quick, what about Butler High School alum Jordan Watkins last week?
What'd he do?
Well, he broke the school record, 254 yards receiving, 5 touchdowns on 8 catches.
Hold on. Now, this kid, he was the one that started his career at UK, correct?
No, he's a U of L.
He started at U of L. Then he transferred to UK?
No, he went to.
Did he never go to
UL
UK?
wanted him, but Big Dog didn't offer him as much as Ole Miss did. So he took the money at Ole Miss. He's
good for him.
There's a lot of receivers they got on their team. He hadn't, he's just another guy. But shit, he stepped up this week.
That's awesome. High score. That was a high scoring game. Good Lord.
I got Ole Miss winning at home this week.
Do you?
I think Lane Kiffin's got a little something up his sleeve.
Yeah.
And that might be why Watkins got so many passes last week because he might not catch one this week.
Yeah.
They're going to spread it around.
They're definitely going to score. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop Georgia. I mean, the hell they couldn't stop Kentucky.
Well, you all only scored. How many points did you score?
7, but we held them. Golly, we held them tight. Yeah.
That's when your defense wouldn't hurt. Now
Right.
you got some guys hurt.
Yeah,
So.
or don't care anymore.
All right, 3:30. We got number 19 Clemson at Virginia Tech. Clemson's 6.5-point favorite, 52.5. I don't think Virginia Tech's really that good. I really don't think Clemson's that good. But I got Clemson winning by a field goal. I would take Virginia Tech in the point.
I agree. I think Virginia Tech's going to play them really close. Field goal either way there.
3:30, we got Michigan going at number 8 IU.
Who's yours?
IU is a 14-point favorite over Michigan. Whoa!
What about the video we got yesterday from our good pal Dewey?
Oh yeah.
Hey boys,
He's all in.
What about them Hoosiers?
I think Michigan has they've won literally, I think, 40 out of the last 42 games against IU.
Think about this. I was thinking about this when I saw the spread earlier. What do you think? You know how before the season starts they put out, spreads on games. What do you think Michigan IU was preseason?
I'd say Michigan by 20.
And now IU is favored by 14.
Michigan or IU has not beaten a team that is ranked or has received votes in the rankings. So this is going to be a little different step.
I'll tell you what, when IU was on the road last week and got down 10-0 early, I went, oh, is this when they're going to stub their toe? You know, my goodness, they just come roaring back and score 45 unanswered.
Yep.
Wow, that's a good team, man. I'm telling you, IU is a good team.
They are good.
They're gonna. I hope they win this game because I want to see nothing more than them rolling into the big house undefeated. It'll be good.
That's going to be awesome if that happens. We shall see.
Yep.
4 o'clock, we got Neon Dion's Colorado team going at Texas Tech. Texas Tech had a big win against Iowa State last week. Number 21, Colorado's 3.5, 62.5. What do you think?
These are those games where I kind of think they stubbed their toe a little bit. Texas Tech, kind of sneaky, trying to play themselves into a decent bowl. I look for the Red Raiders to win outright here.
I do too.
Kind of one of them sneaky games in there.
I'm taking a lot of underdogs this week. I've just noticed.
They got to win sooner or later.
I had IU by 10. I think Michigan will cover that game. I've got.
Yeah, 14's a lot, but.
Yeah, I'm 5-0 right now on underdogs.
Are you really?
So far. So
well,
let's see what we got. We got 4-15. We got South Carolina minus 3.5, 45.5 at number 24 Vanderbilt. Vandy, a nice little win against Auburn last week.
Hey, these Vandy folks, they are crazy right now. They are swimming in it. First time they beat Alabama and Auburn in the same year. Okay, I've got a friend in Nashville. He told me the other day he got something in the mail for reservations for the SEC championship game. I'm not joking.
For football?
For football, I'm not joking. They are delusional right now. They are playing out of their minds. They're playing over their mind. But you know what? South Carolina with that huge win against A&M, which, by the way, was an unbuckle.
Sure it was. Nice hit.
I look for Vandy to win this game outright. I really do. I think it's going to be hard for South Carolina to reproduce that fire and enthusiasm, and I look low scoring ball game though. Low scoring game here. Vandy wins outright by 3. Hence, that was one of my leans for the week.
I'm gonna take South Carolina by 7. We haven't agreed on much.
Yeah, and that didn't work out too good for you last week.
No, it didn't.
But that's okay. We're allowed to agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? I mean, fade little buddy or fade me. Whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't fade our leans.
No. Gosh, no.
Yeah.
No.
7:30. Huge game down at Death Valley. Number 11, Alabama at number 14, LSU. Bama is minus 3, 58.5.
At first I thought Bama, and then I thought, let me see what time that game is. And we always talk about it.
Night game, Death Valley.
We always talk about it. I've got to take LSU plus the points.
I'm taking LSU straight up. LSU wins by 3.
I don't know if they're going to win or not, but I'm definitely taking some points.
You got to. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to figure out what LSU's record is at night for like the last 20 years, and it's going to be better probably than
I bet you Brodog could probably figure it out.
Probably better than Clemson's Death Valley record.
Yeah, see if you can figure that out, Brodog.
7:45, we've got another big SEC game. We got Oklahoma at Missouri.
Big. I don't know how
Missouri
big this
is minus 2, 42.5. Oklahoma's figuring out maybe it wasn't a good idea to come to the SEC.
No kid.
Get their ass kicked every week.
I mean, if you're an Oklahoma fan, would you think Missouri would
so
ever
pissed.
be favored over you?
Never.
I mean,
never.
Goodness. Like the only good thing about me being a UK fan is me thinking, I'm glad I'm not an Oklahoma fan or a Florida State fan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, like, they live and die that shit. You know, like I understand, like we're gonna have a good year every now and then, but my goodness, I mean they were thinking about national championships. Now they're not even gonna make it to a bowl game.
No.
What you got for us, bro, dog?
Since 2005, LSU in night home games, 48-6.
Whew.
It's pretty good.
Chat GPT.
Pretty good.
If you're a numbers guy, man, I think I know
Which
where
I am.
I know where I'm putting my money.
All right, I like Missouri by 9. Missouri last couple weeks has not been firing on all cylinders. They're at home. I think they're going to come back get a nice win.
I think that I agree. I think Missouri's going to win that game, but I'd look for a lot of points. Lot of points in that ball game.
Missouri can put up points for
They can.
sure. In our last game, I had to put it in because this is like a get-back game. 10-15, we got number 9 BYU at Utah. BYU's 4.5, 41.5. Utah is they lost a coach. They lost their 30-year-old quarterback.
I tell you what, they've got a better chance of winning that game than I do staying up to watch that game. BYU, like I said, I am not betting against them anymore. They are playing good ball. Utah, like you said, everything's not going right down there.
No.
I look for BYU to keep it rolling.
So, do you think BYU's really good?
No,
You don't?
no.
I don't think they're good
I think
at all.
I think they're good. I think they're a good team.
They're undefeated, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, if you play against somebody like if Oklahoma, who's in the bottom echelon of the SEC, if they played BYU, Oklahoma would beat BYU. South Carolina would
know
beat
about
BYU. Vandy would beat BYU. Kentucky would beat BYU. The only team that BYU might be able to beat in the SEC is Mississippi State, and that would be a real close game.
All right, pal. Good God.
It is what it is.
BYU gave SMU their only loss.
I
of the
can't.
year.
I hope BYU has to play Ole Miss in the playoffs first game of this tournament, and Ole Miss beats them by 100. I really do. I want to do that podcast so bad.
I don't know why anybody would schedule anybody in the SEC. They're so good.
I don't either. I really don't.
God. Must be nice to be a UK and SEC guy. All right, let's talk about how did you do last week in college. Obviously, you had on Buckle, and that wasn't even close. I got to give you props.
Thank you. I
Everybody was
appreciate that.
coming up to me Saturday saying like, "Damn, Jimbo was right."
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't just throw that unbuckle out there just to be throwing it out there. When I do throw it out there, it's good. But anyhow, I went 1-0 and 1. I had a push last week with Georgia and Florida, but I didn't hit my unbuckle. This week, 2 leans. I got Georgia -2 against Ole Miss, and like I said, I like Vandy catching the 3.5 versus South Carolina. I look for Vandy to win outright.
I went 2-1 last week. I got 3 this week.
Awesome. What you got? Got any over-unders for us? I
Actually,
love those
I'm going to
totals.
stay away from the over-under.
Okay,
Nothing
okay.
really caught my
All
eye.
right. All right.
Friday night, we got the Hawkeyes from Iowa -6.5 going at UCLA. I see Iowa winning by a couple touchdowns here.
What about Iowa scoring didn't they put up 42 points last week against Wisconsin? That had to have been the most points they'd scored in a game in years.
They went probably 8 weeks last year without scoring 42 total points. They were beating people
Shocking.
9-3.
Shocking.
So that's Friday night. Then I'm taking Liberty. They've lost 2 in a row.
Liberty.
And they're terrible against the spread, but they're going at Middle Tennessee State. I've played against Middle Tennessee all year.
Yes, you have.
They are terrible. They are so ready for the season to be over. So I got Liberty -10.5. Liberty will win by 3 touchdowns in that game. And then I got James Madison,
Jimmy Madison.
-17 at home against Georgia State. Georgia State beat Vanderbilt earlier this year.
Yeah, they did.
Thought I'd throw
I
that
know.
one in there.
I know.
I like
And now they're catching 19 from James Madison.
James Madison is going to win by 4 touchdowns. It's going to be a massacre.
Massacre.
All right. Let's see. Let's talk a little horse racing. About that
Man.
classic.
What about
Well,
that?
both days were great. You know, you had a couple favorites win. Anna won. You know, but then you had some huge numbers.
Huge.
But what about our boy Brooks Smith?
Brooke, man.
He's our only guest we ever had on.
The only one.
Wins the Breeders' Cup Classic with Sierra Leone.
That's pretty badass, man. I mean,
Sierra Leone paid $15.80, $5.60, and $3.60. Fierceness finished second. Mike Rapoli, he said that was the best race Fierceness ever run.
he ran good.
He just
real good.
ran up against a different type of animal that day. Fierceness paid $4.40 and $3.20 to show, and then Forever Young finished third.
Forever young.
$3.60. So congratulations, Brooke. You deserve it, buddy. You've had a lot of seconds and thirds.
Hey, you know what?
since Derby.
There's another congratulations that needs to be out there too. Somebody gave out the trifecta, and it wasn't one of us.
Wasn't me.
Mr. Bro Dog. Nice hit
Nice
there,
hit, bro.
Dog. Yeah. Did you end up betting anything on it yourself?
Didn't play the trifecta.
No.
Had the exacta though.
Had the exacta?
Yes.
My man. My man.
All right, today's Monday, November 4th. You know what starts Monday, November 4th?
Oh, buddy, I've already kind of been paying attention to it. College basketball.
officially-
I'm fired up.
Basketball season.
I am fired up for basketball.
I am, for once, I am too.
I mean, obviously, because football's over for me, so the only thing I get to look forward to is basketball.
Kenny Payne's gone, thank God.
Well, not really. He's at Arkansas.
Well, he's in the SEC with you guys now, so.
SEC's not as good in basketball as football, but we might be this year, though.
Are you better than the ACC in basketball?
See that? Nah, I can't argue.
Say it.
I can't
Say
argue.
it.
This year, yes. Traditionally, no. We're gonna have Clay. We're gonna have 10 teams in the SEC make the tournament this year. 10. Now, I will say this.
This is on tape.
I know. I will
said
say this.
10.
Yes, 10. And I will say this. Traditionally, in years past, ACC has always been better than the SEC in basketball. This is just one of those freak years. But, I mean, that's 10.
I wish we had like a bullshit button right here so I could,
Yeah, I wouldn't let you touch it.
I'd hit it like 3 times. All right, I got 3 questions for you, and then you can ask me the same 3 questions.
What you
Obviously,
got?
he's a UK guy. I'm a U of L guy. So, we're not going to dive too deep into it. But how many games is UK going to win this year?
I went through the schedule and looked. I have our record being 24-7 this year. 24-7, which I think that would be a really good year considering,
Sure.
Starting from scratch. We pretty much put ball team together in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? So, 24-7. I think that'd be a great year.
So that means you'll make the tournament. How far will the Wildcats go this year?
I think we will make it past the first weekend for sure.
Okay.
And in my mind, that would be a good season. Make it past the first weekend and then just keep on moving forward. We just got another nice recruit. Things are looking really good right now. I'm excited. I mean, super excited. And it's funny, and you and I have talked about this off the air, how similar these 2 teams, Kentucky and U of L, are this year. You know what I'm saying? As far as I think the coaches are trying to play the same kind of style of ball, which is exciting.
Yes, it is.
Shooting threes, playing hard, fast, movement. It's just, to me, it's going to be refreshing.
I watched a little bit of the UK game last week. It was 22-20. I forgot who they were playing.
Minnesota State.
It was 22-20. I went to the restroom, talked to a couple people, came back literally 6 minutes later, and it was 42-20.
Right, yeah.
It was like,
It was fun. It's funny you say that because after the game, Mark Pope made mention to the fans. He said, "I know you guys were probably nervous when it was 22-20." He goes, "I wasn't nervous at all." He goes, "That's just our style of the ball." He goes, we're going to score in bunches really quick, and then we're going to go on droughts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's going to be fun to watch.
Question number 3? Who is going to be UK's leading scorer this year?
Without a doubt, that'll be Jackson Robinson, the transfer from BYU. He was the Big 12 Sixth Man of the Year last year. The only reason he did not go to the NBA was because they said he needed to work on his three-point shot, and he made 8 threes the other night against Minnesota State. But
so your best player,
he didn't even shoot two. He didn't even shoot a two-pointer.
So your best player didn't even start last year?
No. Hold on now. I didn't say best player.
Oh, I'm sorry. Leading scorer. You're right.
Yeah, but I mean, he could typically be our best player too. But I'm just saying he will be the leading scorer.
Okay.
We've got. I'll tell you one to really watch out for. Who I watched the other day. What's the kid's name from Oklahoma? Bro Dog. He's a transfer from Oklahoma.
Otiga Owe.
Remember that name.
Say that 5 times.
Otiga Owe. Otiga Owe. Otiga Owe. Otiga Owe. Otiga Owe. Otiga Owe.
But yes.
Where's he from? I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that
Russia.
to you.
But no, keep an eye on this kid. Hey, phenomenal athlete. I look for him to be like he's going to be a stat line guy. He'll average double digits. He'll have 6 or 7 rebounds a game, maybe a steal or 2, 4 or 5. Yeah, he's a good ball player, athlete.
You expecting? What do you think that rotation is going to be? 8, 10
Oh,
people?
we'll go 8, 9 deep.
Oh,
Absolutely, yeah.
Nice.
He wants to rotate these guys. He wants to play them quick. Yeah, I mean it's the oldest team in NCAA. If you go based on just how many games each one of the players has played, oldest team in the NCAA. Something we haven't had in years. You know what I'm saying? So what's going to be fun is we're not going to have to wait a month, and the coach is going to be going, "Oh, just wait till March, wait till March." We're going to be ready from
What
the
would
get-go.
Cal do? He'd have his famous. What would he do?
Tweak.
Oh, yeah.
Tweak in March.
Does Pope do tweaks?
No, we ain't tweaking, baby. We ain't tweaking. What about you, baby? What the Cards?
I think Louisville is going, and I mean, this is kind of going out on a limb, but because it's been so bad the last couple of years. But I think Louisville's going to go 21-10 this year.
21-10.
That's more wins than we've had 2 years combined, but they're going to be much better. We're going to be about 10 deep. A lot of action, exciting.
Who will be your leading scorer?
It's going to be Terrence Edwards.
Terrence Edwards?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
He's from James Madison. He was Sun Belt Player of the Year last year.
Okay. What position does he play?
He is about a 6'6", I'd say small forward. He can shoot the 3. He can do it all.
Give me one player to keep our eye out for that not a whole lot of people are talking about.
We got a guy from Long Beach State. His last name is Traore.
Traore.
Yeah. He's 6'5". He had a stat line last year that no one has had in the last 20 years in NCAA basketball. He averaged like 12 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many years did he play at Long Beach State?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
That's pretty damn impressive.
He's good. We're going to be we don't have a lot of big bodies underneath, but all our centers, they shoot threes, so that big body center is going to have to guard our guys out there, and our centers can shoot.
Yeah, that's going to be fun when Kentucky and Louisville do tangle because, like you said,
what's the over-under going to be?
it's
literally going to be
tonight. Kentucky plays Wright State tonight, and they have the highest total on the board by 6 points.
Wow.
In NCAA right now. So, because Wright State plays a lot like U of L and Kentucky are going to play, so that'll give you a good indicator. The total in that game is like 180, I think.
Wow.
Not 80. I'm sorry. 160. 160. Sorry.
I was gonna say, holy
But no,
smoke.
I would say that the total in the U of L game will probably be around between 165 and 170.
That's amazing.
That'd be fun.
Are you gonna ask me if Louisville is going to make the tournament this year?
What I mean, like, if you don't, is it a bad season?
Yes.
Okay,
We're gonna make the tournament this year.
you're gonna make the tournament.
We will be in the second round of the tournament.
What do you
this
think your seeding gonna be if you just had to predict?
year. I'd say probably about a 7.
I was thinking exactly 7.
Really?
Yeah, I really was. I think Kentucky's probably going to be probably about a 5, I'd say. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a lot to talk about coming up. So,
Yeah, it'd be fun.
anything else you got for us?
Bellarmine basketball. We went scouting the other day
We did
against Center. They got a big game tonight.
at VCU. VCU's picked to win the Atlantic 10. I'm looking forward to it, man.
I am too. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Keep him healthy, Coach. Don't kill him too much in practice. We need everybody healthy.
But no, I mean it's a tough test on the road to start the season. And Bellarmine's not scared. They've done this
No,
before.
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I thought just from watching them play against Center the other day, I mean, the
They can
effort
shoot.
was there. They can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Matchups are going to be an issue for them in certain games,
Sure.
obviously. But yeah, no, I definitely think they're going to be better than they were last year.
And they're eligible for the tournament.
Oh,
now,
yes.
So
That makes it even more
I
fun.
can't wait. All right, everybody. Thanks
One
for
shiny moment.
tuning in. We'll see you all next week. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your buddies, hey, I got these guys. They've been giving out picks all year. They're doing great.
Pass it
Let the
along.
people know.
Yeah, let
Sold
them
some
know,
sweatshirts
man.
this week,
There we
too.
go. All right.
All right, everyone have a great week. We'll see you again next week.
Go SEC.